Okay, so part B of this question wants to know how many teams or how much labour are required to produce 250 engines and what's the average cost. Well, we just worked out in part A that the production function with k fixed at 5 yielded this, that L was equal to Q over 25. So at Q equals 250, L is equal to 250 over 25, or just 10. So we need 10 teams of labourers to make 250 engines. What's the average cost per engine? Well, in the last part we worked out that average cost in general was 50,000 plus 2,200 times Q over 250. Over Q. So average cost at Q was equal to 250. We just stick in our 250 into the formula we worked out in the last part, and we'll get 50,000 plus 2,200 times 250, all to be divided by 250, which gives us an average cost of 2,400. Part C of this question then is asking us to make some recommendations for designing a new production facility. So we're not going to have a fixed K anymore. We're going to let K vary, and we want to find out what the optimum ratio of capital and labour is if we can vary them freely. We're just going to make use of the usual rule that the MRTS is equal to W over OR. Let's write it a different way this time, that the marginal product of capital over OR is equal to MPL over W. So that's the same rules we usually use, it's just rewritten slightly. So what's the marginal product of capital? So just differentiate this with respect to K and you get 5L. We already know OR, it's 10,000. That's going to be equal to the marginal product of labour, so what do we get if we differentiate this? With respect to L, we get 5K, and again, we know what W is, 5,000. So this is the kind of rule that's going to tell us what ratio K and L we're going to use. Well, we can rewrite this really simply, so we can just take the K's and the L's to one side, because remember we want the ratio of K to L. So you can just divide across by 5, make it easier. And that's going to be equal to, if you rearrange that, you get the 5,000 goes on top, 10,000 goes on bottom. So K over L, the ratio of capital labour is going to be 1 to 2, or a half. Okay. And if you go back to part B, you'll see that this is actually the ratio the firm is using already. So it's already using, we fixed K at 5, and we found that to make 250 engines, we needed 10L. So you wouldn't need to design a new facility. They seem to be already using the optimal rates.